What if the best employee at your office, the one who's always on time and always hits their targets, wasn't actually alive? Today, we're diving into a seriously chilling urban legend from a call center in Gargoon. And let me tell you, this is a story that starts out as just another day at the office and spirals into an absolute nightmare.
And it all starts with this one simple line. "Hello, Rose this side. How can I help you?" Seems pretty standard, right? Just a professional greeting. But for one employee, a guy named Samar, those words would become a haunting echo, a voice that refused to hang up, even from beyond the grave.
So let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in a place that couldn't be more ordinary, the Saffron BPO in Gurgaon. We're getting this story from an employee who worked the night shift there, right alongside his friend Samar. Just picture it. The glow of computer screens, the low hum of people on headsets, a typical call center.
In the cubicle right next to them worked a woman named Rose. And Rose, well, she was the perfect employee. Always on time, super efficient, a total star performer. She was quiet, mostly kept to herself, maybe offered a little smile if you said hi. Honestly, everyone liked her. She was just there, a normal part of the office.
For a while, that's how it was, just routine nights, taking calls, hitting targets. But then one night, the ordinary, predictable world of the call center was about to be completely shattered by one single bizarre event.
It's around 12:30 in the morning when Rose gets a call. Nothing unusual there, but this one was different. Hours went by, literal hours, and she's still on the line, just murmuring quietly into her headset. Now, this was really strange because most calls lasted maybe 15 minutes max. Her team lead gets concerned and decides to tap into the line, just to make sure everything's okay. And he hears nothing. Total silence. The other end of the line was completely dead.
The second her team lead connected to her call, Rose just slams the phone down. She turns, and the look on her face is pure rage. She glares at everyone, not saying a word, snatches her bag, and just storms out of the office. And that was the last time anyone at Saffron BPO ever laid eyes on her.
So one day goes by, then two, then three. No Rose. She's not answering her phone. So the company has to follow procedure, right? They decide to check the official address that she'd given them when she was hired.
So the HR team gets in touch with the landlord at her listed address. And the information he gives them, well, it's the kind of thing that makes your blood run cold. It was later confirmed by her parents, too. Rose had passed away almost 8 years ago.
That news just ripped through the office floor. I mean, think about it. If Rose had been dead for 8 years, then who or what had been sitting in that cubicle next to them every single night? A real heavy fear just took hold of everyone. And that's when the weird stuff started happening.
It began with little things. Guards would hear footsteps down empty hallways. Then an agent came running out of the washroom, totally terrified, swearing she saw a figure in the mirror with Rose's face and these horrible, blood-red eyes. Then it got even bolder. The motion sensor light in the pantry would just turn on by itself, and the security guys saw CCTV footage where the shadow of a water dispenser slowly morphed into the shape of a woman. But the thing that really freaked everyone out? Rose's old computer switched on, all by itself, and logged into the system using her ID. And this is where the story really hits its peak. One night, our narrator was on leave, which meant his friend Samar was working the shift alone. This was the night that whatever was haunting them decided to stop just hiding in the dark and, well, make a call.
It was 3 in the morning. That weird, quiet time when the shift is almost over, and everyone is just watching the clock, waiting to go home.
All of a sudden, Samar's phone rings. He picks it up, and a voice comes through his headset, a voice he knows all too well. It sent a chill right down his spine. "Hello, Rose this side. How can I help you?" He panicked and just slammed the phone down.
The second he hung up, the lights all over the office just flicker and die. Total darkness. And in the moonlight coming through the window, Samar sees it. Rose's empty desk chair slowly spinning on its own. He scrambles to the pantry to get some water, and he catches a reflection in the water cooler of a woman standing right behind him. The figure in the reflection then speaks, and its voice is just dripping with this awful familiarity. "Hi, Samar," it says. "You forgot me." He whips around, and there's nothing there. Just an empty, dark room.
Completely terrified, Samar grabs his stuff and bolts for the elevator, just smashing the button for the ground floor. He had to get out of that building. He's standing in that metal box, heart pounding out of his chest, just waiting for the doors to open and let him escape. But that's not what happened.
When the elevator doors finally creaked open, he wasn't looking at the lobby. He was staring out into a dark, silent cemetery. It was filled with a crowd of figures, just lifeless, with dead eyes staring right at him. And right there, in the middle of them all, with a cold smile on her face, was Rose. The next shift found Samar just shaking in the corner of that elevator. The very next day, both he and the narrator quit. They never went back. But leaving the building, well, that didn't mean the story was over.
A few weeks later, they found out something about the building itself. Turns out, the Saffron BPO was built directly on top of an old cemetery that had been demolished to make way for development. With all the paranormal stories spreading and so many people quitting, the company just couldn't stay open. Saffron BPO shut down for good. The building was abandoned. And for a moment, it seemed like the nightmare was finally over. But it wasn't. Months went by, life started to feel a little more normal. Samar even got a new job. And then, one night, his phone started ringing. It was almost 3 in the morning. He looked at the caller ID and a wave of pure dread washed over him. It was the landline number from the Saffron BPO, from the abandoned building. He hesitated, but he answered. And after a bit of static, that horribly clear voice came through. "Hello, Rose, this side. How can I help you?"
And that wasn't a one-time thing. The story goes that every single night, at the exact same time, Samar's phone rings. And it's always from that dead landline in that empty, silent building.
Which leaves us with one final, terrifying question that just hangs in the air. If the building is completely empty and the phone lines are dead, who is still making the call?